You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us.
My name's Mark Messinese. I'm a local family physician here at the Beaches, and went to school at Beaches Chapel, and am now a member of Beaches Chapel Church. And the school, I think, helped me become solid as a Christian. It supported me in my quest to know God and to know more about God, and it was a very safe environment for me. So from that perspective, I think that was very important. And I think it allowed me, or rather launched me on a life of Christianity and a life that was solid in my faith. But I was encouraged by several members of Beaches Chapel Church when I was a young man who were also in medicine to pursue my dreams, and they encouraged me that not only would it be a fulfilling profession and a fulfilling life, but that I would be able to have the impact in people's lives that we as Christians feel like we're called to be. My practice has about 6,000 patients. I frequently have the opportunity to minister hope to people in hopeless situations. Many times I have struggled in the past, like, well, what do I say to these people? We know the facts, we know the medical facts, there's not much else to say. However, I have found myself just being a beacon of hope. And that hope comes from God. Because certainly if you look at their lives in the natural, they're hopeless. But there's hope beyond their death. And many times I have been able and felt free to share that hope which comes through Jesus Christ. The hope of God, I think, emanates because I'm not hopeless. And I know that we have hope that certainly is not bound by the space-time dimensions of this world. And so that's really, I think for me, that's one of the biggest surprises in my life as I deal with people in those situations, that I don't have to give them an empty fairy tale, but that I can give them a living hope that is not contrived, it's real. And I think people realize that, and I think that's very important for us as we come across people in our daily lives.
My name is Jordan Walowski, and I'm a producer, songwriter, and also play drums for the band The Afters. Anybody that knows me knows that Beaches Chapel for me was the best school experience I've ever had. I was just starting out at music at the time. I had a leg accident in the 4th grade, and I couldn't play sports anymore. So I had to find something else that I love to do. And I just picked up a guitar, started playing guitar. I was able to get involved with the chapels. I was able to just perform my songs at talent shows, and it provided this environment for me that I really needed when I was first starting out in music. And I remember this one specific time being at the little chapel. I was playing a song. It was like God spoke to my heart in that moment, and it was like He said to me, "This is what you're supposed to do with your life. You're supposed to play music that reaches other people." And that was a defining moment for me, even today. I think back to that moment in my life all the time. I've been in the music business now for over 10 years, and I've been fortunate enough to travel the world, getting to play my music in front of people. The current band I'm in, The Afters, we've had 2 #1 radio singles, Light Up the Sky and a song called Lift Me Up. I think Beaches Chapel was a big part in sending me out to be able to do what I'm doing today, and that's live my dream.
I had finished my BA in Biblical Studies, and I wanted to get my master's. Part of the master's program was that I had to do 5 hours or 500 hours of service. And I went to Pastor Steve and told him that I am studied in accounting. I will help you do any filing or reconciling books or whatever you want me to do. You just tell me and I'll do it. And he said, come back to me with a list. So I came back with a few days later with this list, and at the very bottom I had written that I could work with senior citizens. And he put his finger on that and said, Joanne, we have 4 senior citizens in our church that need your touch. And that's how the Senior Saints ministry started at Beaches Chapel. One of the seniors wanted to find out what they could do for me. And mistakenly I said, there isn't anything I need. I got everything I need. And I realized that that person needed purpose. And very quickly I turned around and said, but I know a nonprofit that could use your help. Would you help me help that nonprofit? And that's how Seniors on a Mission was born. And that really started at Beaches Chapel. Seniors on a Mission is now an organization that reaches out to over 350 senior citizens here in Jacksonville, and with 9 different bus pickup locations. They can go to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society or the Salvation Army or to any of the other 35 nonprofits that we partner with. They can go there for 5 hours and they can work. And we can bless them by giving them transportation and giving them a good hot meal and hugging on them and loving them and telling how much this community needs them. But last year alone, those senior citizens gave 12,500 hours of service.
Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us.
I think a multi-purpose building could be just that. It could be for many purposes and things that we haven't been able to do as a church and as a school we'll be able to do now. I think it will have an impact on the children, which is probably the most important ministry that we have, is the future generations. Because certainly I sit here as one of those generations that was impacted by this church and this school.
I couldn't think of a better place to invest in than Beaches Chapel School in this multi-purpose building, because really what you're investing in is in the young people that come out of this place who will use Beaches Chapel as a launching pad to achieve their dreams, just as I did.
And I am beyond excited about the opportunity of this multi-purpose building. It's going to be a huge blessing not only to the people of Beaches Chapel and the school and their families, but to the community at large, to the nonprofits here in this city, to all of the people that we might be able to partner with or join hands with to say, yeah, we want to be a blessing to this city.